So today we are going to see some of the yoga stretches and asanas, some breathing techniques and hand mudras to relieve stress in the body and mind. So if you are stressed out for whatever reason, it could be a physical pain, it could be something happening in the family, a mental stress. Most of us today are stressed out for many reasons. So some of the postures and asanas that we are going to do today will help you to calm your mind, to get relieved from the stress and anxiety if something is happening in your body or mind. Okay, take your time to sit up nice and tall. The first thing you want to pay attention is to nicely seated with your back nice and tall, and try to put a little smile on the face. Just inhale and exhale. Breathing in and out. Deep breath as much as possible for you. Exhale completely, gently and slowly. Try to bring a rhythm to your breathing. Awesome. Now we'll start with some chest opening stretches. One of the famous yoga teacher of this century, B.K. Iyengar, says, with your arms wide open, you cannot be stressed out, because when you open up your chest, you automatically breathe in nicely, and that reduces your stress and anxiety. So we are going to do some chest opening stretches, okay, with a little smile on the face as always. You're going to sit nicely, hands forward, palms together. You're going to nicely open up your chest. You can feel the stretch, open up nicely. Exhale slowly. So we'll do this a few more times. Nicely breathing in, opening up your chest, letting go of anything that worries you. And exhale with a rhythm, slowly and gently. Try to be conscious of your breathing. Arms opened up, your chest is open. So exhaling with a rhythm, slowly. One last time, breathe in through your nose. Open up your chest. And gently exhale, letting it go. Relax completely. Take your time. Now we're going to open up the chest and lift the hands up. Again, hands forward. We're going to nicely open up, and then we are going to inhale, take the hands up. Lift up your spine. Exhale, hands down completely. Let it go. We'll do this a couple of times again. Hands forward, inhale nicely. Exhale, open up your chest. Lift up your spirits. Inhale, both your hands up, lifting up your spine. Exhale, gently letting it go down. As slowly as possible, connecting the movement with your breathing. That is what yoga is all about. You want to connect your breath to every movement of your body. Otherwise, it just becomes an exercise, just a repetition. So you want to pay attention to your breathing. Inhale nicely. Exhale, open up your arms, open up your chest. Inhale, lift up your spirits, nicely lifting up. Exhale again, gently and slowly, letting it go. Very slowly, relax yourself. Take your time to breathe in and breathe out. We're going to do the next chest opening stretch, which resembles very much like a bhujangasana, which is a cobra pose. When we lie down on the mat, we lift up the spirits, we open up the chest. Here, instead of going on the mat, we are going to sit in the chair and try to imitate that. So opening the chest, we are going to lift up the spine, nicely seated, nice and tall. With the hands, you can grab the side rest of the chair. Okay? Now we are going to inhale, open up the chest. You can try to look up. Exhale, gently let it go. Again, we'll try to do that. Inhale nicely, open up your chest. Exhale slowly. Relax your shoulders and arms. Now this time we'll try to stay there, and as we stay, just try to breathe in and breathe out. 1 or 2 cycles. If you're not comfortable, you can let it go. So nicely seated, your back is straight, your chest is open, shoulders open. Inhale. You can stay there, breathing in and out. Take a nice inhalation. As we exhale, we are going to gently relax the shoulders and relax your arms. Take your time to breathe in and breathe out. Now we'll try to do a forward fold. Again, in any type of asana, when we bend our upper body and put the head below the heart, it brings a lot of blood circulation to the head, and that calms your mind. So any standing or seated forward bend is good. So we're going to do a little seated forward fold. Again, seated nicely. Spread your legs slightly apart, not too tight. Sit up nice and tall. Now again, hands beside the chair. We're going to inhale, take the hands up, lift up your spine. Exhale slowly for the forward fold, just as much as you can. As you stay with your head down, keep breathing in and out. Now, as we inhale, you lift up the hand, and we exhale, letting it go. Take your time, breathe in and breathe out. If you're able to go on the mat, we can do child pose, balasana, or the rabbit pose, sashangasana, a downward dog. All these poses are kind of inverted where the head goes down. So, but we'll try to just do the seated forward fold with the chair once more. If you find it difficult to go too much further down, just stay wherever you're comfortable. If you want to use a pillow or cushion, you can also support it here. Just place it here, and then you can fold forward. Whatever works for you. So seated nice and tall. Again, both your hands beside the chair. Lift up the spine and your hands along with your nice inhalation. Exhale slowly for the forward fold. Inhale up gently. Exhale slowly and gently, letting it go. Just completely relax yourself. Be conscious of the breathing with every movement of the body. So we are trying to connect our breath with the movement, and that calms our mind. Take your time to breathe in and breathe out. Now the next posture we are going to do is the eagle pose or Garudasana, which is a great posture to improve the strength, endurance, and the balance. So whenever we are stretched out, we are a little out of balance. So these balancing postures bring about a nice balance between the body and mind, and it brings a balance between the right and left hemisphere of the brain. So we are going to try to do the eagle pose with the seated version. Okay, so again, nice and tall. Breathe in and breathe out. Again, try to do within your limits. Don't force anything. We'll start with the arms. So we are going to start with the right hand up and then the left hand on top. We are going to try to bend the elbows. You can just touch however it is possible for you. If you're able to make another twist, you're going to twist nicely. So both your hands at the midline of the body. Now we are going to take the right leg. If your foot allows you, if your toes and ankles are flexible, you can take them back. Otherwise, just leave it there. So we are going to be nicely seated, arms at the midline of the body. Focus forward. So looking forward, the drishti, and we are trying to balance. Just stay there, breathing in and out. Gently letting go of your hands, unwinding your twisted hand and your leg. Sit up nice and tall. See here we are trying to bring a lot of focus and balance even with the legs crossed. So when we cross the body, cross the legs, cross the hands, we are kind of bringing a balance to the body and mind. So this is a great way to bring balance. Once we start focusing on a certain point, we feel so balanced, the turmoil of the brain kind of reduces. So take your time to breathe in and breathe out. All these balancing postures are very good to de-stress. So at any point of the time, if you're feeling a little anxiety, stressed out, try to do any balancing poses that works for you. Now we are going to go for the opposite side. So left hand first and then the right hand on top. However, you can make a twist. Don't force yourself to make that twist as much as possible. Then you're going to bring the left leg on top, twist the foot if possible. So we are seated in the Garudasana eagle pose. Gazing straight, looking forward, focusing on your breath in and out. Very gently, anytime you wish to let go, you will slowly unwind your hands and legs. Again, sit up nice and tall. Take your time to breathe in and breathe out. The next balancing asana that we are going to practice is the Vrikshasana or tree pose. If you are able to stand up, you can do it. If not, you can try to keep your right foot on your left leg wherever you feel comfortable or on top. And then you can take your hands up. If you want to do the seated pose, you can lift your right leg up and then place your palms up and do the seated version. Or if you're comfortable enough, you can do the standing version, whatever works for you. Again, you can take a little spine support. You can go close to the wall and then lift your right foot up as high as you can. You don't have to be lifting it this high. You can just place it down. So wherever you're able to. And if you need support, you can also use the chair. You can use the chair to hold the chair with the right hand. And you can just lift the left hand up. Or if you're comfortable, you can lift both your hands up. If you're having trouble lifting your hands up, you can also place your palms at the heart center. So however you can do this, as you stay, try to look forward. Your gazing should be nice and straight. You're looking front, breathing in and out. With a gentle exhalation, you will let it go. Slowly relax your hands and your legs. Take your time to breathe in and breathe out. Now again, you can use the chair, you can use the wall support, however it works for you. We'll do the left leg. So again, you don't have to lift your leg too high. Wherever you feel comfortable, you can do that way. So nicely rest your left foot on the right leg. And you can place just the palms at the heart center. Or if you're comfortable enough, you can lift your hands up. However, you can do that. And stay focused, standing nice and tall. Gently, with a gentle exhalation, letting go of your hands and your legs. Take your time. You can go back to the chair again. So sit up nice and tall. Breathe in and breathe out. We are going to practice the Maljari Asana, which is called a cat and cow stretch. So this again, we are going to pay attention to the breathing and focus on the spine movement and keeping the chest open. So there are a couple of ways in which we can do. If you're able to go on the mat, we can go on the knees and the palm. But if you're going to sit on the chair, make sure you're seated comfortably, legs slightly open. And we are going to place both the palms on the knees. Okay, sit up nice and tall. So we are going to inhale, open up the chest. We'll try to look up to the ceiling. And then as we exhale, we'll round the shoulders a bit and we'll bend forward. So the whole spine is working on this. We'll do at least 3 cycles. Okay? Take your time as you do this. So you can do easy 5 cycles when you have time. 5 times you can repeat it. If you're able to go on the ground, I'll show that version also. Maljari Asana. So going on your mat. So seated on the mat, palms forward, knees slightly apart. So your palm below the shoulder. And we start with an exhalation. Finish with an exhalation and you can completely relax yourself. Take your time to sit up nice and tall. Now we are going to again focus on the hand movement. So feet together nicely. We can also do this with the eyes closed. So we are going to put both the hands beside the chair and keeping the shoulders nice and tall with the eyes closed. This time we are going to take inhale up, pressing the palms together if it is possible for you. Exhale gently. As slowly as possible for you, connecting the movement and the breathing. So we'll do this 2 more times at your pace. Every time you lift up your hand, you're lifting up your spirits, reaching up to the divine. Palms together, bringing balance to your body and mind. Slow exhalation, letting go of that stress. Completely letting it go. Letting go of anything that bothers you. Now take your time to breathe in and breathe out. Now we are going to do a spinal twist. Again, this helps you in breathing better. It opens up your rib cage, stretches the muscles connected to the ribs. So that helps in a wonderful way to breathe. So when you improve your breathing, your stress level automatically reduces. So we're going to do a spinal twist. Again, seated, gentle spinal twist. So we're going to be seated nice and tall. Maybe you can move yourself slightly to the front. Now we'll start on to twisting to the right side. So you're going to take the right hand back, your left hand placed on the right knee. You can place the hand on the backrest or just behind your back. You're going to open up the shoulder, turn your head, and look back through the shoulder. And gently coming back to the center. Seated nice and tall. Inhale and exhale. Now we'll twist on to the left side, placing the right palm on the left knee. Twisting back, you can either place the hand to the backrest or to your back, however it works comfortably, looking back through the left shoulder. Lift up your spine, don't hunch, don't put your head down. So you want to lift up your spine, look back, nicely breathing in and out. Very gently turning forward and letting it go, sitting back to the center. Sit up nice and tall, breathe in and breathe out. Next, we are going to practice some of the hand gestures or mudras to calm our mind. Again, if you're able to sit on the floor, you can sit in a cross-legged pose. But if you're not able to go on the ground, you can just sit on the chair with your back nice and tall. So however it works comfortably for you. So if you're able to sit on the ground, seated on the ground, either in Sukhasana or Padmasana or Vajrasana, whatever works for you. Just make sure you're seated comfortably, breathing in and out. So by using the fingers of the hand, we can practice certain hand gestures that will bring harmony and balance to the body and mind. So when we practice any of these Hasta mudras, you can start from at least 5 minutes and then you can go on until 20 minutes. But depending on your comfort limits, don't stretch yourself, do as much as you can. So seated comfortably, we are going to start with the first hand gesture, which is the Anjali mudra. Anjali means putting both your palms together, a prayer, the Namaste pose. So you're going to bring both your palms nicely, both your palms pressing gently and placing both your palms at your heart center. Your elbows open, just keeping your palms put together. So you're bringing a balance and harmony between your right and the left side of your body. Just staying with your hands pressed together. This is the way we say Namaste, balancing our body, mind and soul, balancing the right and the left side of our body. Both your palms pressed together, placed at the heart center, seated nice and tall. Just breathing in and out. This is the Anjali mudra. You can practice this for at least 5 minutes. But when your elbows or your shoulders or your palms start to hurt, you can gently relax and then go back to the posture again. Okay? Now take your time, sit up nice and tall, breathe in and breathe out. The next Hasta mudra we are going to practice is called the Hakini. Hakini mudra is practiced by placing or touching all the tips of your fingers together. So all the 5 fingers in your right and the left hand is touched at the tips. So you're going to touch the tips nicely. So this makes like a V. And then you're going to place them again close to the heart center, or you can place them close to the navel. So nicely placing it. The tips, just the fingertips should be touching, all the fingers. So this is again a great way to bring balance to your body and mind. So we are trying to balance the 5 elements in the body by touching the tips of 5 fingers. Because the 5 fingers represents the 5 elements: the earth, water, fire, air, and space. So you're balancing all these 5 elements in the body. By this, we are able to bring a balance to the body and mind. So by keeping the hands like this, just stay focused, nicely breathing in and out. Hakini mudra we are practicing now. Gently, you let it go. So we won't be doing it for too long in the session, but whenever you're practicing, at least try to stay for 5 minutes, and then gradually, if you're practicing, you can increase the time until to maximum of 20 minutes. So the next mudra that we are going to practice is called the chin mudra. Chin is the one we usually practice when we do certain breathing techniques or when we practice meditation. So chin mudra is practiced by touching the tip of the thumb to the tip of the index finger in both the hands as much as possible for you. You may not be able to touch it perfectly. So to the extent possible, you can adjust with one hand, and always we sit with the palms open. So we're going to place both the palms on the thighs. Okay, seated nice and tall. Make sure your spine is always nice and tall, no matter where you're sitting, either on the floor or on the chair. So with the tips of the index and the thumb touching in both your hands, palm facing upwards. And we are going to stay at least for a minute now. Breathing in and out. It's balancing the air movement in the body. Just breathing in and out, slow and gentle. Focusing on your body, your fingers, your breath. Letting go of anything else that crosses your mind. Don't hold on to it. Just let it go. Seated nice and tall. Always adjust your spine. You start to hunch. Make sure you're consciously sitting with your spine nice and tall. So again, you can do this at least for 5 minutes, and you can slowly start increasing that time. Very gently. Now we are going to release the fingers and let it go. Now we'll move on to Shavasana for a few minutes, and then we'll practice some breathing techniques that will help you to calm your mind. So if you're in a stress or anxiety or depression, you can practice certain yoga postures with the body. You can bring balance to the body and mind. You can use your hands, your palms and fingers to bring balance. Or you can also use your breath work, your breathing, to bring balance to your body and mind and let that stress out of your body. Okay, now we'll move on to Shavasana for a few minutes. It's very important to do Shavasana after the yoga practice. When you lie down, you can close your eyes, you can play some music, switch off the lights, and try to relax your whole body, starting from the tip of your toes to the top of your head. The whole body needs to be completely relaxed. Now we'll move on to Shavasana or Shanti Asana. The eyes closed. We'll rub the palms together as you feel a little warm. We'll place the palms on the eyes. Inhale nicely. Very gently open your eyes. And please, again, if you're able to sit on the ground, you can feel free to sit on the ground in Sukhasana or whatever asana that makes you to keep your back straight. If not, you can always sit on the chair. So seated nice and tall. Breathing in and out. Now we are going to practice some breathing techniques which will again calm your mind. So we'll start with the deep abdominal breathing. So we are going to focus on the movement of the abdomen. This again, if you wish, you can lie and do just this one breathing technique. You can lie down on your spine or you can sit with your back straight, whatever works. And we can place the palm on the navel. We'll start with an exhalation. So when we exhale, consciously we are tucking in the navel. And as we inhale, you're filling up the lungs. As we fill up the lungs, it pushes the diaphragm and your abdomen moves forward. And then gently exhaling back again. So be conscious of this and we'll practice this couple of cycles. finish with an exhalation and let it go. This thing you can practice for as long as you feel comfortable with. You don't have to count the cycles. This can be done at any time during the day. Whenever you have a few minutes, you can just practice this deep breathing technique, being conscious of opening up your lungs, filling in as much as possible, and exhaling slowly. So you don't have to worry about counting how many cycles you're doing. You can do as long as you feel comfortable with it. Now moving on to the next breathing technique is the Anulom Vilom, the alternate nostril breathing. We have practiced this in the class all the time. This is again one of the best breathing technique to calm your mind, because this balances your right and left side of the brain, the right and left hemisphere. So for this, we'll keep the left hand, thumb and index finger touching at the tip, and as always, palm facing upwards. With the right hand, if you are able to bend your index and the middle finger, you can do the Nashika Mudra. If this is not very comfortable, however you feel comfortable, some are used to doing it with your index and the middle finger straight. So however it works for you. So closing the right nostril with your right thumb. We are going to exhale completely and then start inhaling through your left. After inhalation, close your left, exhale through your right. After exhalation, inhale through your right. Close it with your thumb. Exhale through the left. Keep doing this slow and gentle. You can do at least 6 cycles, and then you can let it go. When you let it go, try to exhale through your left nostril and completely relax yourself. Sit up nice and tall, breathing in and out. The next breathing technique we are going to practice is again a beautiful breathing technique, which is called a Brahmari or bee breathing, which calms your mind, which calms your nervous system. So anybody with high blood pressure or any stressful conditions, if you want to feel a little calm, this is one thing you can always practice. There are a couple of ways in which you can use your fingers. If you want to take it very easy, you can just close the ears with the index finger. If you're used to practicing the Shanmukhi Mudra, you can use your thumb to close the ears, and then you can try to close your eyes and little finger above the nostrils. So we'll inhale nicely. When we exhale, we'll make a humming sound. When Whenever you're completed, just try to sit relaxed, back straight, paying attention to your breathing. This again, you can practice at least 6 cycles and let it go. We'll finish the session by chanting Om Kala Om. So Om is a combination of 3 syllables, A, U and In. So we're going to do all these separately. So we're going to start with an inhalation first time, and then we'll chant just we'll chant with mouth open. So when you keep the mouth open, you will feel the vibration in your navel. So first one is and then gently let go. We will inhale second time, and then we'll chant ooh, ooh with your lips slightly open. And third time we'll inhale nicely and then chant for as long as you can. Don't force your limits. So after finishing the last time we'll try to chant all 3 together. We'll start with ooh and in. Okay? Within your limits. You can either sit with your chin mudra, thumb and index finger touching at the tip, or you can sit with your fingers interlocked, pushes mudra, and hands at your lap, making sure you're seated comfortably, spine nice and tall, putting a little smile on the face. We gently keep the eyes closed so we can better focus inwards. Inhale nicely. We'll try to chant all 3 together after the nice inhalation. Just try to sit as still as possible. Practicing stillness of the body and mind if possible, to the extent that is possible. Very gently, we take the hands back. Exhale completely, bending forward as much as the body allows you. Inhale and up with the eyes still closed. We will gently rub the palms again until we feel a little warmth. As we feel the warmth, we'll again place the palms on the eyes. Inhale deeply. Exhale, opening your eyes in the darkness. Massage your face, massage your body. Thank your body. And thank you all for being here.
Thank you, buddy.
Namaste.
Thank-
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
buddy.
you.
Bye.
Thank